Hey Liz, I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? How'd you find Possum? Fingers figures I'm swamped with work right now. Oh man. Sorry. We're not doing anything too exciting, so don't worry. Syrinth, not Costanza, how are you? So I got some weapons here. Some of Goblin's concepts or weapons. We'll lay out here. We're gonna just kind of crank these out today. I'm just gonna do the block out. I'm not doing full textures and stuff right now. I think part of it is going to be making sure that the scale of all of them look good and stuff on models and things as well. So gonna model it out and then probably get them. I don't know if we'll get them plugged into game today, but that is a step that I want to do before diving into textures too much. So we shall do that. Oh, looks like swords. It's very exciting. No, it's not. It's not exciting at all. You got work stuff. We only do boring stuff when you're busy. Question: can you invert the loot and use it as a blunt weapon? Maybe. Hey, Chess Solo, how you doing? Still all magical. I can't even dream of this or my 3D making skills.
Monthly sub.
Monthly sub. Hey, thanks, Lingsava. Appreciate it. Let's see if I can get this all mirrored and such. Feel a little bit rusty here. Yeah. Do I want these to be flat or do I want these to be... Okay, all having to do CAD. I'm listening now. Okay. I'll cough right into the microphone. Just for you to find Possum. Alright, let's undo all that mess. Squish this down. I'm gonna have to do some adjustment on these at some point after I get it all locked in, I think, because they're not. The 2D image isn't like perfectly symmetrical, so I just need to correct that for that after. I'm gonna crack out my cross stitch as my video is uploading. Nice. Are you making any improvements to the perfect sword? Because I don't think it's possible. Oh, definitely not. Yeah, the perfect sword needs no change. It is perfect. Hey, Sleepy Druid. No item will ever come close to the beauty of the perfect sword. Excited to see more weapons taking shape, though. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. We have not. This is like the first real pass with weapons, and we haven't done any. Like I've made a couple, but we haven't done real ones. I guess, or they've been like here and there, making a couple or whatever. But this is like a real go at like, all right, how are we gonna do the weapons? We're gonna decide on style, because like this isn't all of them, right? Zach's working on a different set, and I think I mentioned this actually in Sean's stream the other day. Is we have kind of a game plan in terms of how we're going to do weapons going forward, where we pick like a theme or like a region or something. Like, as an example, wood elf weapons. What do wood elf weapons look like? Are they going to be, are we just going to give them just regular generic weapons, or are we going to make like wood elf specific stuff? And we want to do like specific stuff to get as much flavor into the different sort of cultures in the game as we can. So if we go ahead and do that, then all right, let's make a lineup of concepts that would fit that theme, and then we go and make those. So, and then we move on to the next group of thing, like I don't know, like troll weapons or something. What do those look like? And just kind of repeat that process of pick a theme, make the weapons or concept the weapons, and then obviously model them and that sort of thing. So that's the plan. Hey Darius, how you doing? Are there plans for legendary equipment weapons? What's your definition of legendary? The answer is yes either way, but are you talking like epic weapons, or just like kind of like a really cool looking one-off weapon that is maybe part of a smaller quest or something? Where's my circle? Can't wait to see deep gnome themed weapons. Yeah, there's some stuff laying around that I think is, in my opinion, it looks kind of deep gnomish, but I'm not quite sure what the original intention was with them. Are you guys going to attempt whips? Loved EQ whips. Want a legendary weapon. Some like udders. Two udders on like a stick. Make like a squishing sound when you hit stuff. Udder hammer. That you can only get on the secret cow level. Maybe, dude. You never know. You never know what we'll do. Ball and chain should have a wedding ring on the heft somewhere. But to answer your question though, I don't know. I think we might try. We might experiment. I think we were gonna try Flails at least, which sort of whip like, but I think there's some issues there because like either we have to do like a custom animation somehow, and I don't know how that would work because I don't know if that's something that would need to be built into the character rig or how you get like an attachment with an animation to play when you want it to play properly. The other option is using like cloth sim with like bendy bones or something where like it's just kind of like reacting to motion in world space, and the problem with that is you can't control it then. It's just kind of like flailing around, and that's kind of what there's a lot of these kind of like fancy tech things that EverQuest 2 tried, and good on them for trying that stuff, but I didn't really. I'm not a huge fan of the execution on a lot of that stuff, and I kind of reference them as like when people float these ideas, my response is usually like, yeah, EverQuest 2 did it and it didn't really look so great, but we have tried some of the stuff that they've done, like the look at target stuff. We have that, and I think ours looks pretty good because we like really constrained a lot of it. Like it's not as I guess exaggerated. I don't know. It's probably not the best word, but I think anyone who knows about it kind of understands what I mean. And I think they did some cape stuff. I think they have cloth physics on their capes too, but and we have it on ours, and ours are much more constrained, I think, by comparison. And same with the skirts and stuff. So maybe we could do the whip stuff or the flail stuff and try and control it a little bit more, have it be more heavy-handed, and maybe it'll work better. And if that's the case, then cool. But if not, then maybe we won't do it. So Biggest disappointment of Diablo 4 was lack of cow level. I haven't played Diablo 4 yet, so I don't even know if they have a thing. What are you doing, buddy? Let's go. Actually, let's just rotate that back this way. Might be too much for the spike. You might just need a cone. To my knowledge, it's just an Easter egg, not an actual level, unless they added one in the most recent expansion. I feel like you can't have a Diablo game without a secret cow level, man. Volume. Click it on there. There's like some trick with I'll have to look up how to do it. There's like some modifier that you can just kind of like stick stuff to other stuff. Not quite sure which one it is. It's not something I normally use. I don't want to place these manually yet. I'll save that for later. It's not shrink wrap. There's like one where you could like you know, when I have like a spike like this or something, I can just like move it to the surface of the object, and it'll like detects that, and then it also rotates the object I'm sticking on there, so it's always facing outward. So if I had a sphere, so if I have this sphere here, and I'm like, okay, well, I want it to stick to this, but then if I want to move it over here, it should be automatically rotating it like that. I think so. I'll have to look it up because I'm not sure about that. I could be making shit up. Who knows? But for the sake of being efficient with time here, I will come back to that. It's all good. I'll figure it out. Let's just get the broad stroke shapes here. Yeah. And then if this needs to be like off center or something, you can adjust for that. This one might be one that maybe I could sculpt some stuff on. We want this to be sides. Hey Talent, how you doing, man? You're doing okay? It's been a bit, man. You know what I should do? What would be smart? Just get rid of this. To the size I want, and then extrude this. It's a better way to do it. That looks silly. Okay. Mongolo, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Probably label these two. Dagger. Digger. Short sword. Sword short. Club. Okay. So let's do this little blade thing. We'll do a plane. We'll flip it on its side. Pull it forward a little bit. Crank it down. And then I'm gonna move to the corners. And I'm gonna add a little guy in the middle. Music selection today is motivational. Yeah, this is Spyro. Spyro the Dragon, my homie. The guy who did the music for Spyro the Dragon, he was one of the members of the police, I believe. So he's a pro, dude. Yeah, it's let me see if I can find it. Stuart Copeland. Yeah, Stuart Copeland. Fucking awesome. Yeah. I was never a police fan, but I appreciate his work on one of my favorite games. Hey Chinny D, how you doing, man? Okay, so I think what I want to do here, actually, cool way of doing this so that it's all mathed out and shit, so I can grab these edges and go up here, edge, subdivide, and that will create two, it'll break those edges in half with a vert right in the center, so then I can just connect those so that I have two extra edges kind of perfectly balanced in the middle where I want them, and then I can slide. Oh, I guess I won't do it. Slide on the Z? Maybe not. Well, anyway, I can make them imbalanced, I guess. I need them to be. So I guess in the end it didn't really matter, but it made me feel better. I'm gonna push this in more and get this shape. You know, do that. Close these. Let's have a pole there. Why not? I don't know if that's the best, actually. No, I still probably want to get this blade edge here. So that I would need to do this. So maybe actually this is not the best way to do it. Let's see. I mean, I could just have it like that, but maybe I'll just pull this all the way through, try and get this bit. One of the best technical drummers out there, hands down. A lot of drummers these days are inspired by him. That's cool. I'm not in the musical world at all, so I don't know all that stuff. Uh-oh. Mm-mm. I saw some video on YouTube about him talking about some of the ideas or kind of the technical philosophy behind the music for Spyro. Like there's like a whole, like he definitely knows what he's talking about. From at least I assume so, because I don't really know. But you know. He holds drum clinics in the city a couple of times. That's cool. You should go, man. Cool that like I find it interesting that there's stuff to get so technical about in every field like that. I technically already done this one. Let me pull that one in because for some dumb reason I'm like floundering here. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah. How many sides does this have? Six sides. Made those blades bigger. Then I could just take this, I guess, duplicate that and separate it. Some. Guess that's fine. I don't know. It looks kind of. The mesh looks kind of dirty to me, and I don't know if there's like a better way to do it, but. Also, it's not quite accurate. Okay, so let's just get this spiky bit sorted out. It's missing some stuff, it seems like. That's all we need, right? Make this thicker. Do thicken it up and then add a thing to it like that, and delete that. That's all you need, really. Axe. Axe. Great. Okay. And for these, for this one anyway, probably just grab that guy. What's the difference between a two-handed mace and a maul? Or so this is actually something that came up in our conversation about weapons and stuff, and I'm not like very weapon literate, so maybe there is a distinction that makes sense or something that I don't understand. But like there's the whole, you know, mace, club, hammer, like hammer, warhammer, maul, Like, although like, is there a difference there? I guess like there's some design differences, but in terms of like, you know, they're all just like one-handed or two-handed blunt weapons at the end of the day, right? Like I'm not against having all those different designs and stuff, but calling them by different names is weird to me when for our purposes. It's like, it doesn't really matter. Isn't a maul a very large hammer? Hey Scruffy Bard, how you doing, man? I think of a maul is two-handed hammer with a large head. Yeah, that right, that just qualifies as two-handed blunt weapon though. Like when you're talking about like game assets or like items, like you're like, okay, hey man, we need like blunt weapons. You can go make a bunch of different stuff. That looks different, but I don't know. It doesn't really matter, I guess. That one actually doesn't look very good. Like this. Maybe I'll make it bigger. Just play an ogre, and their name doesn't matter. Call them beaten sticks. Yeah, there you go. I like the way you think. Mace, maul, I guess. I don't know. Mace, beaten stick. This is my boomstick. You doing the whip yet, Zuke? I don't know what the situation is with the whip yet. Do you guys actually want the whip, or you just want to watch me suffer with making the whip? Like, is everyone gonna be like, only whips? Like, I'm gonna start a guild called Only Whips. I feel like you guys are just saying stuff, but then you're like, oh yeah, whips aren't cool though in game. Like, I don't actually want to use a whip. Because like I thought the whips are kind of lame in EverQuest. That's my take. Both EverQuest 1 and 2, I didn't care for whips. What are you doing, bro? What is happening here? You're like a normal person, Jesus. Little column A, little column B. Sirenth. Got my eyes on you. Freaking troublemakers. Moonguard WoW server had entered the chat. First it's the whip, then it's Ivy Chain Sword from Soul Calibur. Alright, let's look at this. I have an idea of what this shenanigan is, but yeah, we're not. We could do that and then it just never bends. Scimitar and Kopash. What's Kopash? Yeah, we'll have stuff like that. Scimitar we have. Kopash looking thing we have. We have the Kukri that I made already. That's going to stick around. Guess I'll just combine these. Any plans for gnome on a stick as a weapon? I think Chinny D's trying to get me fired. Hello. Shvak? Am I saying that right? Welcome to the stream. All right, that's a simple two-handed sword. Nice and simple. I think I might make this blade a little bit thicker on. I just might make this whole thing a little thicker. Make it feel weighty. Like it's a big boy weapon. I'm a fan of two-handed swords. I like getting a two-handed sword, like a nice chunky two-handed sword. Not like overly anime like chunky, but like a hefty feeling one that's still like slender and shit. Like I have opinions on two-handed swords. So this is a pretty good one though. It's a classic simple one. Okay, moving on. I'm gonna skip over to this staff thing real quick because it's like an easy one I could do real quick. And I'll go do this. Do that walking stick thing as well. How's the frying pan looking game? I haven't made that one yet, but that one's on the list. Actually, as a matter of fact, I made a whole collection of like kitchenware weapons. So now there's we already had a butcher's knife, but I'm gonna touch it up. We got the pan. I made like a knife. There's like a kind of just like a steak knife, and then there's like a chef's knife. I made a spoon, a fork, a rolling pin, and a broom for like a staff. So, do you guys have any other ideas for like kitchenware, like kitchen, like weapons that you could use, or like kitchen items that you use as a weapon? That makes sense, because like you could just start listing off things from a kitchen, like, oh yeah, like a cauldron, but like can't really use that. You could use it as a weapon technically, but it wouldn't really make sense in our case, I think. But I'm sure there's like other things that I'm not thinking about. Yeah, I got rolling pin, meat tenderizer, that's a good one. Cauldron, yeah, the cauldron has a helmet. I guess, I don't know, I feel like that we're just talking weapons though. Maybe we'll do, I don't know, I can't tell if that's too silly or not though. Spatula, recipe book. Ooh, recipe book's good. That's a good one. Spices to throw. Pocket sand. Pocket sand paprika edition there. Let me try something different with this guy. Cheese grater. Cheese grater, maybe. Cheese grater is like a slice, like a slashing weapon, I feel like. Stale baguette. Yeah. Okay, so Liz, that's getting into food. I was thinking we could do a whole other category of just like food as weapons. So you'd have like kitchen tools, kitchenware, like utensils and stuff, but then the food would be a whole separate thing. So you could do like a baguette. There'd probably be a lot of bludgeoning, right? Or maybe you do some like piercing damage with a carrot or something. I feel like food is going to be a lot of bludgeon weapons. Yeah. Ice pick. Is that a normal kitchen thing? Like, well, people have like maybe an ice cream scoop. Ice pick is good, but I wonder if it's a normal recognizable kitchen item. Potato masher. This one is just straight up a cylinder here. Time for dinner. All right, Sirens. Catch you later. Thanks for hanging out. The staff just a cylinder? Even I might be able to model that one. Yeah. It's just a simple cylinder. And we'll just take that bad boy, scooch him on over, and you make a spear out of it. A long spear. think I want this to be a flat bit. Perhaps. Come on, grab the... The hard part is going to get this... Stick a mirror on this. Getting it to make sense on this. What is... How does that work? This... Make this a... Looks too small for that. I guess I'll just shrink this down a little bit. Even I managed a cylinder, I'd probably screw it up though. Cylinders are very tricky. You need to. I hear, Liz. I hear there's some training courses you can sign up for. Learn about cylinders. Totally not a scam. The guy who runs that cylinder boot camp worked at all sorts of big name companies. Probably in corridors even. It's an inside. It's a for those not in the loop. There's just kind of story Liz was talking about on her stream earlier today. Let's try this. I'm gonna have to just delete this other half, I think. Cylinder boot camp, yeah, only $500 a head. No biggie. A lot of knowledge there. All right, I'm just gonna do that. We'll do one of these, one of those, and then we'll merge these back like that. And I'll delete this back half. And that looks pretty good. Do you think a Stein would be a good offhand item like Stein of Magok? Scruffy Bard, I do think that would be a good offhand, and in fact, that is on the list. I want to do not just Steins. I want to do other cool offhand or focus items for casters. I think more spellbook type things you can hold. We discussed like just kind of like a sort of a gem, a magical gem, like that's maybe encased in some structure or something, just kind of floats there, or just a simple like orb kind of thing. We have a whole bunch of ideas for that stuff. There's one in particular that I'm pretty stoked about, actually. Okay, simple spear. I'm gonna taper to the bottom of it too. Maybe even make that a little bit bigger so it kind of bows. Act now to sign up. Seats are filling fast. Use code Zukan2 for 2% off. Only 2%. Damn. It was a magical gem that opened Plane of Hate and destroyed Kitchenware with undead. Really? That's cool. Do you have any more information on that? I'm curious. Also, maybe we'll make a little voodoo doll. Those little voodoo dolls that you had in EverQuest were kind of cute. I like them. I think it would be fun to make some stuff like that. I just realized I did these two windows differently. I wonder if I can.
Oh, 04 Mac 1 just gifted 5 subs.
Hey, 04 Mac, thanks for the 5 gift subs. This is gonna show everybody's thing. I think it's supposed to. Maybe it doesn't. Well, anyway. Deskness, Anim Taylor, Northern Sky, Knight Rider 2000, and G Willikers all have been given Fancy Pants subs there. Voodoo dolls, fetishes, single-handed cauldrons. We need more classes. Yeah. I'm definitely a fan of that stuff. we'll do all we can. Um, there's obviously like going to be a point at which we need to like not make everything so that we can make the other stuff that we need to make. You know what I mean? But so it kind of comes down to like prioritizing at a certain point as well. Why? Go. Pickclaw goblins found the blue gem first. There was a battle in Kitchenware and one of the elves used the gem as a weapon and it blew up and opened the plane of hate. What's the gem though? Do you know what does it have a name? It's a blue gem. Scruffy over here with some freaking dope game knowledge, man. Watch the EQ lore videos because I'm a nerd. I need to watch more of those. Those are cool. Okay, this is staff. This is well, staff _ magic. Here. Staff _ Marshall. I'm kind of not sure the best way to do this one. That's why I'm hesitating with it. It's more organic, so. See if I can just kind of poop out some little shapes. Ooh. Uh-oh. Stream die? One man hype train. I'm gonna bust out the old sculpt brush for this. It's just like a little wooden shaped thing. So something vaguely like this. I think this is one that I'll have to noodle with a bit more as I work on it or something. Generally that shape. Yeah, Little Freezes, not sure if it was on my side or yours. I'm getting some drop frames for some reason, which I don't understand why. My internet is just junk. The goblin Nurgle found the gem, so it is referred to as Nurgle's gem, but it technically doesn't have his name. Interesting. Well, that's cool. Thanks for the lore drop, dude. That's I might dig into that later, or just find some lore videos later or something. Okay, been getting through these. We already have a loot made. Let me save this. Could you please wait to update your Steam until after your stream? I don't even have Steam open. That's why it's a mystery to me, because like nothing's happening. There's like no reason for the drops, unless Windows is doing something, but I don't know. Let's open the other weapons. I guess I sort of changed up how I'm doing my stream set, but it doesn't want to show the other thing. That sucks. Drop this in here. What's this? Where'd that bow go? There we go. Got a bow in the old other file, which you guys can see, and the loot. Okay. So let's use the fit. What are we working with here? Seems like a lot. Got 8. Maybe we can reduce this. So which set is this? Human Basic? So this is, the name of this one is just generic set. This is like not necessarily any particular race specifically. You could say it's human, I guess. It is human in its generic shape, but like this you could consider this kind of like the basic global set. Like maybe you'd see, like we could throw it on anybody, and then it would work okay in pretty much any instance we put these in. But I think as we go along, we'll make more specific stuff for specific folks. If you guys are up on the, I think it's safe to say that we have we have the different types of human in our game. It's not just human, it's I mean, everyone, there's the human race, but then there's like sort of subculture in there where like if you've been in Night Harbor, you've probably seen the sojourners in that one area of Night Harbor. And sojourner is like a type of, it's like one of the sub races of the human. They're like a specific group of folk. So we could, and they have like a whole kind of vibe, like sort of aesthetic to them. So we could make like a specific sojourn weapon set and like armor set and stuff like that, which we may do. So then we would have a generic set, we would have a sojourner set, and then like for the other ones, I think the East Him guys have a very specific set as well, specific vibe. And of course the Bahara, which are a lot of the Night Harbor dudes, which is more of like an Arab kind of flair. So like we do have like one of the other ones that we did that's not you haven't seen yet is the kind of an Arabian Nights kind of thematic weapon set. So we'll have those, we'll have this, and we'll keep knocking out like different sort of themes of like weapon sets. And so as we go along, you guys will have access to a bunch of different looking stuff, and we'll be able to like fill in those sort of cultural background aesthetics for the various things. So it kind of makes everybody more distinct, and kind of as you're running around traveling, when you run into folks of a particular background, it's represented visually. And also as players get that stuff and then travel around, you go, oh, where did you get that cool scimitar? It's like, oh, I traveled to this other place and I committed genocide. And you're like, cool, so stuff like that. But for this one that I'm working on right now, this is just like the first one, very basic, very generic, kind of could conceivably be used globally without anyone being too fussed about it. So man, this why do I have so many jiggy jags here? It's weird. I'll leave it alone. It's probably fine. When the ad, it's bad when the ads can't get through. Usually it's a thing that has no issues, mysteriously. I'm sorry guys, I don't know what to do about it. It was fine. I've lowered I'm like pumping out at like 720 or even lower than that. It's just, yeah. I'm not sure what else to do with the internet stuff. Tell Ollie to fix the internet. I will send him an aggressive message right now. Yeah, people who sub don't get ads, so I mean, you could always just everyone's just sub. That works too. Hehe. I don't know, man. It's weird. I think it's more of a my internet thing than a other thing. What? Where? Mirror. And you got your bow. Here's something I've been wondering about bows. I don't know that we're going to be doing any animation for the bowstring. Like how WoW does it, you know, they have a pretty cool bow.
Quick question. When was the last time you hit save?
We'll save right now. You know how World of Warcraft has a pretty sweet, like, they have the bowstring and there's like a bow draw animation and you actually see the arrow and all that stuff. I don't know if we're doing that. It seems like it'll be a lot. I mean, if the animation folks want to do that, I'm all for it. But my question to you guys is, let's presume we're not doing it. Does it make more sense just to not have the string at all? I don't think EverQuest had theirs. My feeling is I'd rather just maybe not have the string at all, because if it's there but you're not like pulling on it, it feels weird to me. I don't know. I'm not going to do it for now, but that's probably something I need to ask folks what the plan is there. Hey, as Burton, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. We are doing some weapons right now. I'm got through most of them already. It's just the scythes, and there's a little kite shield, and I also want to do a round shield that I'm gonna do. So let's I want to pull over here. Maybe we'll grab this. Delete ball. 100% want the string and animation for it can be done later. At least have a placeholder non-animation string. I can do the string as what I could do is, okay, if we want the string, I could do a plain like Liz said. You know, did something like this. Could just have it like that or something. Then have it be transparent. Everything's transparent except for the string portion. But I don't know, like it would have to be redone if we go back and do the animations later, because unless we devise a plan to do them, like it would need specific edges to be able to bend properly. Thump, 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 thump. So I don't know, maybe I could just stub in like something like that. We could do that. That works. Try that. Are crossbows planned? Don't think I've seen any. I don't think so. I don't think I think crossbows, you know, there's a whole thing about like the art side of things to get those going, but also I think they're not desired from what it sounded like. I'm not really sure the official stance there, but I think one of the, and I could be wrong about this, but it's like too gun-like, or they're not fantasy enough or something for some folks, so I don't know. And now we make the blade. Sean was saying it's too gun-like, if I remember. Yeah, I remember someone saying something like that. No crossbows, yeah. Have the string when not in combat, and not there when in combat, but it creates a need to have multiple states. Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna do it, it's a we're doing it or we're not doing it thing for the bowstring. It's either there or it's not there, regardless of if it's animated or not. Also, hey, Goblin. 6 soundtrack, what is it? This is Spyro the Dragon, the original soundtrack. My boy Spyro tearing it up on the synth, I guess. I don't know. MIDI? I don't know what he uses. Origin to 3D cursor. Mirror. I'll apply that. That's a shame on crossbows. Guess no one offered an outside the box suggestion on how to implement them and not be like an automatic weapon. Well, I mean, I think, like I said, there's sounds like part of it is a workload consideration, and the other half is just not aesthetically desired for our game. Like, you know, you just be like, we don't like those, we're not putting them in, you know, like regardless of like if you could kind of make it make sense or something, you know, if you don't want to put it in there, like mounts that are street racing cars, for example, and you've got an underground street racing thing. We have an underground. I don't know, maybe we could make some stuff up about deep gnomes being like speed freaks or something, but is that what we want to do? This may be a hot take, but I personally believe there should be string pull animations associated with the bow. Gives fullness to ranger archer moveset. Everyone else gets fancy penis animations for swinging weapons around. Monks get punching and kicking. And casters get their gestures. I'm just gonna say that, but I'm not the one who has to do the work, so it's easy for me to want all the things. Yeah, man, it's like it's easy to be like, yeah, that'd be cool. Like there's a lot of things that would be cool. But I don't know what is involved in getting that to work. Because we'd have to get the animation, and we'd have to get the animation to work on the bow, which is an not connected to the player character. But I mean, I don't know enough about how the technical workflow would go to even like kind of break that down. And maybe it's something we do want to do, or we will do at some point. Maybe just not right now. I really don't know. I would agree with you though that it's cool. Like I'm for it. I just don't know where it's at in the list of things we need to do by early access. Underground Goblin versus Deep Gnome Tinkering Go-Karts. Oh. I don't think Goblin is a fan of Goblin tinkering. So I don't know if goblins will. I don't think M&M goblins will be tinkerer types. From what I've read. I have no opinion on the matter because I'm not a goblin player. That's where we got deep gnomes and deep gnomes. Did you create deep gnomes so that they would fill the slot of like the role that normally goblins fill for that sort of thing, like evil tinkering or like explosions and stuff? It's like, was that an intentional move? It's a devious plan, sir. If so, doing 40 chests over here. Hit. It's a times 2 the work for a cosmetic difference while growing. It's a small team. Yeah. I think that the whole bowstring animation stuff, like I said, I'm pro that because it's cool. It adds a lot of vibe and feeling to, you know, shooting a bow and stuff. I think like if you asked, everybody would probably say yeah, they want it, but again, it comes back to like, do we need it now? Because it's always something we could try and do later, perhaps. And Goblin says, gotta think about it like this. Every animation for crossbow would then have to be made for every race that wields weapons. Then one for every sex, every race, multiple animations, aiming, shooting, reloading, probably a new idol. Yeah. I think the tricky part, I think is getting the, because like we could do the animation, and we have a bow shooting and bow drawing animation for the players, but the tricky part, I feel like, to my uneducated brain, is getting the bow itself to do the animation, because like I said, it's not connected to the player. It's an attachment, and we don't even have any attachments that have animations. So I'm not even quite sure how that might work. I guess they would probably have to work like they would probably have to function the way we were going to do the helmets. And if it gets to a point where we have to make like a race specific bow, like a gender and race specific bow for the animations to work, that's massive, dude. That's like, we would get one, you would like, that would reduce the amount of bows that we make to like 1 or 2 or something, like maybe 5 at most. It would be a massive amount of work. Because like, in order to get stuff to line up correctly, it would have to be very custom. And so that means each bow that, like, each item, like bow item in the game would have to, you know, have like a race specific thing. So, but I don't know, that's maybe there is a more simple solution that I'm not aware of or whatever, but I guess we'll see, right? This might be something worth talking about. Deep gnomes were before goblins were in, so they were initially my way of getting a goblin-ish thing in, but they weren't really a replacement. Deep gnomes are more like Mindscape psychonauts. Sounds like you need an intern for the grunt bow work, taking applications. Hey, keep an eye on the job or the open positions in Discord and on the website. So we do post stuff when we have a spot we need filled. Probably why every bow in EQ looks pretty much the same, with only slight variance. Well, they didn't even have a bow string in that one, so there was really no reason for them to not make more elaborate bows. They, at least for the animation side of things, there's probably, maybe there's another reason, or they just didn't make it a priority or something. I don't know. Not sure. I didn't work there. I think they didn't have a lot of... Honestly, they didn't treat bows like a real weapon anyway. It was more of like an accessory. So that's probably why. Okay. Just make sure this is all nice and yeah, okay, cool, yeah. I mean, that's what we've been doing for the weapons, so if it was a problem, then it would have come up, I feel like. Yeah, he was saying that, like a lot of little textures and stuff loads pretty quick, so it's not an issue. The whispering and EQ looked horrendous. The whips. Yeah, so we were talking about whips earlier in the stream because people were asking if we're going to do those. And like I said before, EverQuest 2 did a thing with whips that I'm not a fan of. So, I mean, it could be a thing where we try it and then we do what we've done with some of the other things that they've done, where we kind of take the similar approach, but kind of restrict the movement a little bit more, and it's maybe that'll help or something. I don't know. We'll try stuff though. There's no harm in trying, in my opinion. I don't think we want to just do like the EverQuest type whip though, where it's like, because actually those are animated, and so is the flail. I don't know how they did that actually. I guess if we can figure out how they did that, then we could do the same thing with bows potentially, and maybe like if we're just like bows, might be a little goofy, but they have the animation. Maybe that's a thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. We want round shields to be rounder than this. I feel like... Oh, something about that. This feels too much. Almost. I don't know. But I like the roundness of it. So this is... I'll leave it. Alright. Well, there we go. Save this. Here's all the weapons kind of blocked out. Shield. Shield. Round. Right. Maybe if I make this a little bit smaller, maybe it'll feel better. Yeah, it feels better, but I kind of wonder if it's... I wonder if there's like this is... Oh, it's already 8 sides. Fuck. It's a stop sign now. I think I'll leave it. I gotta leave it for now. I feel like... I don't know. I'm gonna leave it for now. Loot. That shield is also a pizza stone. There must be having... I mean, so it's already got 8 sides. But what... And so like add to it, you have to go to 12. Like the next one up is 12. I think. What's this? That's 16. Maybe 16. I don't know. Can I do... What do we do? It's... Make a 12-sided one. Circle. 12 sides. That feels a little bit better. Let's do 12. Yeah, that's better. Get out of here, stupid shield. Cool shield's here now. Boom. Yeah, that's better. I think 12-sided shield, round shields looks better, feels better. Still got those edgies on it, so you know it's low poly. Generic dagger. Generic sword. Short. Generic sword. Long. I said longer. Haha. Mace. I don't know what to call it there. Club. Axe. Maul. Mace. Great mace. Sword. Great sword. Staff. Great staff, I guess. This would be staff. Just regular staff. I'm gonna have to. So this goblin, since you're here, let me grab this. Womp. So this one here, between the mage staff and the spear, I kind of made this one up, sort of. I think you had one that was like this, and the only thing I did was I put the bandit, the wraps on both ends, and my thinking was that it would be more of like a martial staff. I don't know if we probably want to. I don't know if we want to do like put martial weapon, like have martial weapons be an item. Maybe we already talked about this, but I forget. Do we want to have like kind of monk weapons in the different groups, or do we want to just have like a quarterstaff? Okay. Is quarterstaff a typically like a melee, like a monkey type of thing? Staff quarter. I don't know if I completed my sentence when I was rambling, but I'm just kind of thinking how best to make all these names make sense to people. I feel like if it's like a great weapon, it's pretty obvious that that's like a two-handed thing, right? I think we do want them present in each group, otherwise monks get the shit end of the stick. They get the shit end of the quarterstaff, you might say. Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with like. Okay, so are we? So you're thinking that like we won't even have like a monk group then? It'll be like weapon types that are in the list when it makes sense. Because it makes it's a tricky thing because like I agree with you. Like I don't want to like leave the monks hanging a bit, but also like it's just one class that uses that stuff, so it's also like, does it make sense? Like I think maybe it's one of those optional ones that like maybe not every group gets like monk weapons or something, um or there's like one quarterstaff in one group and like one or two fist weapons in it. Like I don't think it needs to be like a whole thing. um I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what makes sense. Monks always look better with just fists. I never liked the knuckle weapons. Jesse staff. Well, we're going in a different direction, everybody. We're just doing staff only. So monsters and staffs. It's a staff quest now. Monks could have brass knuckles, iron fist, claws, etc. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ideas there, but it's like, do you want to have like each kind of theme have a full set? Goblin says, I would say, by the way, that the mace you named Great Mace, etc. should... Oh, this fucking thing's in the way. The mace you named Great Mace, etc. should be as tall as a longsword. Oh, okay. And I think they are more one-handed than two-handed. So this thing... This is a one-handed, and it should be... Actually, well, let's do this. That feels like a really big weapon for one hand. This is the longsword. And this is the one-handed mace. Not just the handle. So is it just like the handle is this thick, it's just longer? I guess. I don't know. Oh, I got bonked. Hey, Nate Liz. Would you do... Should this mall be that's like that as well?
And if If these are one-handed weapons, then do we have two-handed? Or is this the two-handed one? And it's just this the ball one is that one-handed. Okay. So then do I, because I thought these were two-handed. Do I not have a... Do I not have two-handed blunt weapons on this lineup? Because I thought these were two-handed weapons. Y'all need to take me seriously, even though I'm teeny now, okay? Respect my authority.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
We don't have concepts for two-handed hammer or mace at the moment. No. Oh, okay. I thought these were... Okay. This is a lot of blunt weapons. I don't know that I think we need this many. Like 4 different one-handed blunt weapons is a lot, dude. So we have what? I don't think we have plans for two-handed blunt other than hammer. Okay, that sounds like either I'm out of the loop or we're not aligned on something, because I don't know, we need to talk about that, sounds like. But I guess I'll just shrink this down for the time being, if that's what this was intended to be. Because I feel like that's kind of like I don't know, dude. Two-handed blunt, I'm okay with consolidating. Two-handed blunt. Because historically, I don't think they are many giant hammer blunt weapons. I mean, maybe. I mean, like, I'm not like a weapon historian, so I don't know. But I'm just trying to think, like, kind of spreading out like the weapon stuff kind of evenly, like, you know, it just is weird to me. Like, it's not a bad thing, I guess. If that's what we want to do, it's what we want to do. Just like, I find it strange to have 4 one-handed options like that. And I mean, we have like 3 staves, but like these are filling different kind of roles. Like you have like the two-handed, I'm hoping this is two-handed, by the way. Now I don't even know. But like a two-handed mage staff, and then like a one-handed staff that is like sort of more universal, I guess. And then you have a martial staff, which I don't know if it would be one hand or two hand for like the melee monk type thing. So that's kind of 3 separate categories that those could filter into. But I don't know what 4 different roles these are filling. Because like maybe you have like a cleric, okay, you could say the ball mace is a cleric, and the club is kind of more the generic newbie club / maybe druids run around with it, or beastmasters kind of have some clubs or something. But I don't know what these are doing that like one of these two isn't already doing. So I don't know. I think this concept page isn't quite up to date with the new spreadsheet. Yeah, I guess maybe we can run through, and if there's like, we can adjust. Like these are just the blockouts anyway, so it's not like if we drop something from here or we add something to this, it's like a big deal. But it'd be cool to like make sure that the list is like, you know, I guess we revise this so it's like hitting all the boxes that we want to check off would be cool. Preferably before like I start doing texture work, so at least have those sorted out. But yeah, man, I think the only other thing I still need to do is like get the spikes on there, and I need to dig up how to actually do that thing I was talking about earlier. Those two are actually prop
04
plungers.
Mac1 gifted a tier 1 sub to The Goblin Works. They have given 6 gift subs in the channel.
Hey, thanks, Mac. Appreciate it, dude. Don't delete. Variety is spice. Well, I mean, to your point, Unchained, variety is where the kind of different groups of armor or weapons comes in. Like we can have, like, if we said like, okay, we got 2 one-handed mace types, like there's the club cudgel kind of thing, more primitive, and then a more well forged version. And we say, okay, those are the 2 boxes we're checking for every thematic group. Then the variety is still there. It's just you're getting it in the other groups. So I don't know. But yeah, I think as far as like at least this lineup that I set out to do today, we got them all, so that's good. Kind of I could save this. And yeah, that's all I got today, guys. How long we been? Want to hop in a huddle after stream, or now, whenever floats your boat. Yeah, I think I'm about done with this and the stream, so I could hop off here and then we could chat. That works for me. Let me see if there's anybody around. Is well, anyway, yeah, so I'm just gonna hit the old button here and hop off, and we'll go chat. So, yep. Anyway, thanks guys for hanging out. We got all these biddies up, and I'm gonna go make sure we aren't missing any bits, and maybe we'll do a little bit more later. I think tomorrow Sean's streaming. He's got that whole thing, so we may do a playtest tomorrow. We may an internal playtest, I mean, with the team, or he's gonna do his that discussion about whatever it was. I forget now, but yeah, I'll catch you guys later.